All right, let's begin with some breaking updates where the Enforcement Directorate has now reached the residence of the TMC Minister, Partha Chatterjee in Kolkata, and the ED is conducting raids in connection with the alleged SSC scam probe. Now, the Calcutta High Court already had given CBI the entire SSC probe, but the ED too has now started to investigate since there is said to be a financial link to the alleged scam.
So Partha has been quizzed once before as well by the CBI, and this morning the Enforcement Directorate officials have reached his residence for the raids. He had also sought the High Court's intervention, asking for protection against arrest. So now the Enforcement Directorate officials are currently at his residence, and the questioning is continuing as the raids go on at the leader's residence. Tamal is joining us live with more details on this. Tamal, so apart from the CBI heat, now the Enforcement Directorate also initiating the investigation in the scam.
Well, that's right, because an alleged finance the entire SSC scam. Mind you, there had been wide-scale irregularities as far as recruitment, the education system is concerned, and there is said to be a financial benefit, quid pro quo, and of course there is an alleged financial link to the probe. That had been the submission before the Calcutta High Court, which eventually decided to hand over the entire probe to CBI. Now, yes, CBI is probing the entire matter, but then Enforcement Directorate too has found financial link, and that's the reason they too are probing the matter now. Enforcement Directorate officials have reached the residence of Trinamool Congress Minister Partha Chatterjee this morning, the Kolkata residence, and the raids are currently underway. Now, Partha Chatterjee, back then when he was the Education Minister, the allegation had been that there had been wide-scale recruitment, people who are not qualified, people who have not been able to crack the exam or did not have the requisite numbers to be eligible for the post, had been given the job in lieu of money. So because there is a money involved in this, allegedly, that's why Enforcement Directorate too has started this probe. CBI officials definitely have already quizzed Partha Chatterjee once, but the Calcutta High Court, when they handed over the matter to CBI, they had been extremely critical of the conduct in the manner in which jobs have been given, and you also find that there had been protests going on for almost a year, where people who believe they are eligible for the post, they have been sacrificed by officials, by bureaucrats, and people who are not eligible for the job, they have given the job. So, basis of their protest, the complaint which have been filed, Calcutta High Court, the right to probe the matter, he has already arrested, made several arrests in the case. CBI has already quizzed Partha Chatterjee, the back then Education Minister, has also quizzed the MOS Education, the Press Education, and Enforcement Directorate trying to understand from Partha Chatterjee as what had been his part, and the rates are quite significant. In fact, the Calcutta High Court asked Partha Chatterjee to cooperate with the investigation, and that there will not be coercive action at this stage. But Enforcement Directorate reaching to the death of Partha Chatterjee makes it extremely significant. Rates are currently away. We have to now wait what transpires from the raid.
All right, but talk us through the said irregularities there, Tamal, because in April only, the single bench had ordered Partha Chatterjee to face the CBI on the same day, but the division bench had put a stay on that order. We are looking at both the CBI and also the Enforcement Directorate today, including with the raids that are being carried out.
Well, yes, the Calcutta High Court eventually has asked Partha Chatterjee to go ahead and face the examination of the CBI, cooperate with the investigation, and also, ensure that people who have been bereft of the job, who have been denied the job so far, they have been given justice. Well, we have seen the position of the state government. The state government maintains there is somebody, one individual or two, somebody has done something wrong, that those individuals should be punished, they should be brought to book. But to keep a blanket stay on the recruitment also means that people who are actually eligible for the job, who are qualified for the job, they have been deprived of their income, they have been deprived of the opportunity, and that is the right approach. Okay. The state government also there had been irregularities during the regime of erstwhile left-hand government. But when it comes to the probe, as far as the probe is concerned, yes, the CBI has made tests. Yes, the CBI has already examined Partha Chatterjee. His raids by Enforcement Directorate are extremely significant. Finding Enforcement Directorate is simply focusing on one particular dimension, that is the financial.
All right, so the Enforcement Directorate officials are currently at his residence. Tamal, thank you for joining us with those details. Continue to get us updates on that through the day. We're shifting our focus now